Hello everyone, welcome to Anita's World, a safe space for everyone. My heart is filled with so much joy and gratitude to be able to experience this life in this human form. And what makes it so special to me personally is because my joy and peace, wisdom, happiness, it's all coming from within. It's not coming from people. It's not coming from material things or anything superficial. And I don't know, I just feel like happiness hits different when the source of it comes from within. And I just wanted to share that. But in today's video, I want to talk about my experience dropping out of college, grad school to be exact. And I want to share this experience because it's deeper than the actual situation at hand. I think the actual overall message and what I learned from the experience has made my life so much better. And I want to give some context. I completed undergrad December of 2021. As you're completing undergrad, you go through this period of like, okay, what am I gonna do? Am I gonna further my education? Some people, they decide I'm just gonna get a bachelor's degree, that's it, I'm done. Other people are overachievers and they decide I'm gonna get my master's degree, or some people go on to get PhDs. And so I really started to wonder what I wanted to do, because the pressure was on. Like, people were asking me, when are you gonna get your MBA? Are you gonna get your MBA? You should just go straight through, get your MBA, you'll make more money. Like, all of these voices were in my head. So I'm like, okay, I guess this is what I need to do. I was tired of being a student. Like, I did not want to do any more school. And it's not about, I'm always gonna be a student of life, right? Like, I always am looking for opportunities to learn and experience life. But college specifically was difficult for me because I worked full time throughout college. I've always done really well in school. I'm an honor roll student, maintained a good GPA. I did have some challenges here and there, but overall, I performed really well academically, and I started taking college classes in high school through dual enrollment. So that's a kind of like a program that certain schools offer where you can take college classes and receive college credits while you're in high school. So I did that, and every semester following, I was taking classes. Like, even into college, when I actually was in college, I took classes every single semester, even in the summer. So I never genuinely had a break from being a student. And that was something that I really wanted, because I'm like, who am I outside of being a student? When people would catch up with me, it was always, how's school? What's your grades looking like? When do you graduate? And when that is the topic of conversation, whenever you're talking to people, a lot of times you start to place your value in that, right? Like, people see me as this successful academic student, and so I started to place my value in that, and I was like, well, I should get my MBA because this is what people value in me. I get praise because of this. But I knew deep down inside it wasn't something that I genuinely wanted to do. And so once I completed undergrad, I was like, I'm just gonna apply to the MBA program and see what happens. And me applying was almost kind of like, I'm just gonna apply. I'm gonna apply. People are telling me I should do it. Let's see what happens. If I get in, I'll do it. If I don't, I'm fine with that. Like, I don't care. So I applied, I got in, and the situation that I was faced with was the MBA program was $28,000. And I'm the kind of person that is like against student loans. I graduated undergrad debt-free. And so, taking out loans was not an option for me. So I was like, okay, well, I'd have to wipe out my savings. And that wasn't, obviously you don't pay tuition all up front, but, over each semester I would have to pay, and my savings would take a hit each semester. And so I got accepted. I decided to go through with it. I bought my textbooks. I had planned everything out. Like, I'm one of those people, I had like an Excel spreadsheet with all of my assignments, when they were due, color coded by class. And I was, getting into the assignments, getting things done. And then I realized I don't want to do this, and I don't have to. And I was kind of struggling with it because I'm like, it was only going to be a year for me to complete it. Most of the time an MBA takes 2 years and even longer depending on if you're full-time or part-time, but it was only going to take me a year. I can just sacrifice this year of my life and get this MBA, and hopefully no one else bothers me about furthering my education and putting this pressure on me. So that was kind of my mindset. But then I'm like, I'm valuable and worthy beyond a degree. You know what I mean? So I reached out to a close friend of mine, and she really shifted my perspective. And I don't know why I didn't even really put much thought into this, but she let me know that I am enough. Simply put, she let me know that I am enough. Like, she's like, your bachelor's degree is enough. You're enough. You're doing well for yourself. And I had the same conversation with my mom as well. They're both Aries, so go figure on that one. But they're both people that are gonna keep it real. And they let me know, like, you are enough. And also made me realize that it's not a now or never kind of thing. A lot of times people just say, oh, go straight through, don't stop, don't take a break, or you won't finish. But getting your MBA is not like it has to happen now or you can never do it again. And I don't know if I even want to go back, to be honest. But having those conversations with my best friend and my mom really kind of gave me that push to say, you know what? I am enough. I don't need this extra degree. I don't need to prove myself with a degree in order to be successful in my career. I think my work and my experience will be able to speak for itself. And also, I just want to live a good quality of life. And that's what, to me, that is what I'm prioritizing now more than ever. When I was an undergrad, I was working full-time, going to school full-time. I experienced moments of burnout, and I still just kept going. And I don't want to put myself through that again. And I don't want to continue to do that just to make other people happy. And so the message that I'm trying to convey here is not to encourage people to drop out of school. But the message that I'm trying to convey here is that the status, the degrees, the letters behind your name, the amount of money that you make, the clothes you wear, those are not determining factors of your worth and your value as a person. You can be amazing, you can live a successful life to your standards without those things. And if you find yourself to be less valuable because you didn't get a certain degree, if you find yourself to be less valuable because you're not making a certain amount of money, if you find yourself to be less valuable because you don't have those shoes that everyone else is wearing, or you don't live in a neighborhood as nice as everyone else, then I think there's inner work to be done there. And I'm really grateful that I've gotten to this point and learned that, because now my outlook is different. I now realize I can cultivate the life that I want for myself. And not to say that I don't consider other people's thoughts or feelings. I love, receiving wisdom from other people and getting advice and insight from people who have lived life. But at the same time, people will project their ideas of success onto you, and you have to be wise enough and trust yourself enough to know when it is valuable and applicable to you or not. So I wanted to share my experience with that. Again, like I said, I'm not encouraging you to drop out of school, but after having that conversation with my best friend and my mom, that really gave me the motivation to be like, okay, you don't want to do this, and that is okay. You're not a failure. You're not a quitter. Me actually deciding to drop out of grad school was a courageous act for me, because school is safe. For me, that is safe. Like, I've been a student. I know how to do well academically. I know what looks good on paper, but I want to be able to push myself and stretch myself to know that, like, hey, you don't have to fit the mold of society. You don't have to do what they tell you to do. And I have a bachelor's, and that's it. I do not plan to get any other degree. I may pursue certifications or licenses, as I am in finance, and I do feel like that kind of goes a little bit further than a degree. But I am happy with my bachelor's degree. I'm doing well for myself. I have a great quality of life. So I just want to put that out there, that you can live a great quality of life and meet your standards of success, your standards, not society's, not your parents, not your mom, not your dad, not your friends, not social media's, but you can meet your standards of success and the quality of life that you want. And you don't have to fall into the mold, because a lot of times people do that and they end up being unhappy because it's their life that they're living. It's not the other people that are living your life and going through the struggles that you are going through. So I just wanted to share that. I definitely would love to have dialogue in the comments. I also, if y'all watched my last video, I got my curls back. My last video, I talked about combing out my locks and my kind of experience with my lock journey. And now my hair is back curly. My hair was straight in that video, but if you are interested in like natural hair, locks, that kind of thing, please watch my previous video. I also did a video about navigating spirituality in this capitalistic society. So if that's something that interests you as well, I definitely recommend checking it out. But again, thank you so much for watching.